lot about the Great Resignation. Well, there is a new phenomenon that is beginning to emerge, and that's called the Great Regret. Now, this concept has been given credence by a study that was released very recently by a job search site called the Muse. And in that study, they found that almost 3/4 of job seekers experienced either surprise or regret, was the phrase they used, surprise or regret, that the new position or new company that they had quit their job for turned out to be very different from what they were led to believe. Nearly half, 48% to be more precise, of those surveyed said that they would try to get their old job back, thanks to a phenomenon that they're calling shift shock. So yes, there are so many opportunities out there more than ever. If you are looking to make a change in your career, it's probably the best time ever to do that. But buyer beware. Now, the economist Thomas Sowell says there are no solutions, only trade-offs. And we know this to be true, right? There is nothing in life that is absolutely 100% perfect. Or let me give you a different quote. Jerry Seinfeld once said, the key to happiness is discovering the misery you can tolerate. That sounds a little grim, but I like it because it throws a little bit of cold water in the face of this idea that we should be seeking perfection in our next job move and thinking more about the trade-offs, right? Nothing is perfect. Every relationship has an arc to it. Early on in a relationship, we filter everything positively. And with time, if we're not careful, those same things that we found adorable or interesting early on can lead to discontentment, or worse, it can lead to resentment. And that's what can happen in a career relationship as well. Now, the reason that people regret job changes is the same reason that the divorce rate for second marriages and third marriages is higher than first-time marriages, because we just jump from one thing to another and don't learn along the way if we're not careful, right? So before you make a job change, here's what I recommend. Make a list of pros and cons. What would you hope to accomplish by making a change? What are the parts of the job that are bothering you? Do you feel underpaid? Is it a commute, a work situation? Would you rather be working from home? Would you rather be working in an office? What is it that you would hope to change or accomplish by jumping from one job to the next? And then also, you need to weigh the cost. What is it that you would be giving up? What is it you'd be walking away from? What are the things that you value most and would miss most if you were to change jobs? I encourage you to write those things down so you can really give those consideration. Look at that list. And if the things that are bothering you are reconcilable, here's my recommendation. Try to reconcile it, right? If the things that are bothering you are not as strong as the things that you'd be giving up, go to your manager or go to somebody who's in a position to potentially help you resolve that issue and see if it can be resolved before you make a change. You'd be surprised right now. We're seeing a lot of employers who are willing to make concessions and give different considerations to people's requests in order to keep great talent. If you're feeling underpaid, talk about it with your manager. You want a different work arrangement? See if that's possible. You might be surprised. You owe it to yourself and to that relationship if there's something we're salvaging to see if it can be salvaged. If it can't, you can walk away with clear conscience and without regret, knowing that you tried to make it work. So like I said, there has never been a better time to explore your options in the job market. Just make sure that you're giving full consideration to what you could gain by staying as well as by making a change.